set myself up having to follow Rick Barrett. Oh my God. Thank you for that beautiful introduction. Let me start by thanking you all for being here for me on this journey, many of you for many, many years of my life, for some of you all of my life, and for the love that has carried me along on this journey writing these poems. Thank you for your presence tonight and always. I'd like to begin with spring. It's sort of spring in the Northwest, not quite, but sort of. This poem that I'll open with is inspired by spring in my homeland. What I think of as my homeland is the Levant, Palestine, Jordan, Syria. And there's so much to celebrate and cherish in this season, but the specific thing that this poem celebrates is food that my husband's aunt makes, Amta Jamile. And I think it's the perfect food. It's a fresh baked bread. You should know when someone says the perfect food, if they don't follow that with bread, they're lying to you. Let's be serious. It's a thin, fresh baked bread that is made in Palestine, and it's made with the first cold press of extra virgin olive oil, and it is stuffed with beautiful leaves of wild thyme that are foraged in the hills. And I think that in that there is an entire poetic. So this is eating the earth. And to the flower add water, only a thin stream whispering gathered rains of a reticent winter. And to the flower add oil, only a glistening thread snaking through ridges and ravines of what sifts through your fingers, what sinks, moist and burdened between your palms. And in the kneading, hinge forward. Let the weight of what you carry on your shoulders, the luster of your language, shade of your story, press into the dough. And to the dough, bring the signature of your fingertips. Stretch the canvas before you, summer linen of wheat, an autumn velvet of olive oil, smooth like a map of silence and fragrance, of invisible terrains of memory. And on the dough, let the green leaves fall, drenched, sumac stars flickering among them, shards of onion in their midst. Scatter them as the wind would, or gather them in the center of this earth, and fold them into the tender embrace of the dough, cool and soft beneath their bodies. And make a parcel of the dough, filled with foraged souvenirs. Fold them in, and then again, let their silhouettes gaze back at you. Recall found treasures of hillside wandering, flint, thorn blossom, a hoopoe feather carried in your skirt. And to the flame surrender the bread, gift of your hands. Grasp its tender edges and turn it as the heat strafes and chars this landscape you have caressed. Some grandmothers sing as they bake, others speak prayers. And let the edges bristle to the color of earth, let the skin of the bread scar. The song of za'atar simmering in its native oil rises up, and time evaporates. You are young again. It is spring in the greening valley.